I'm about to show you a whole lot of camera moves that you can do with your Insta360 Flow smartphone gimbal. The Insta360 Flow offers AI auto tracking, TimeShift hyperlapse, and a flexible design. So let's go out and get that inspiration going. The first shot we're going to do is the runway walk. First, let's switch the gimbal into vertical mode. Then adjust the handle angle. Then crouch down, walk back along the line in the road, and slowly rise up. And here's the final shot. Next is the super spin around. First, turn the gimbal upside down and put it into FPV mode. Then walk in a circle around the subject while she walks forward. The tricky part is panning the gimbal just right to keep her centered in the frame. Make sure you watch your footwork carefully so you don't trip. If you nail it, the final shot will look something like this. Now we're going to use the built-in extended selfie stick of the Insta360 Flow. Start high and circle around your subject while you slowly lower the gimbal while also tilting up. And tell your model to turn her head in the direction of the camera as it rotates around her. Now hold down the trigger to lock the gimbal and walk in front of your subject. Start high and then slowly lower down as you walk. The resulting shot will showcase the cityscape and your subject all in the same frame. Now, keeping that gimbal locked, walk alongside your subject. And make sure you have her glance in the direction of the camera to create a dramatic movement. If you switch to your telephoto lens, you can get an even more dramatic version of this shot. Get some distance from your subject and walk alongside her. The effect of this shot will be enhanced by lots of layers of foreground and background objects passing by your subject. Now tilt that gimbal up just a bit and follow behind your subject. Tell her to look back while she walks and you'll get a shot like this. You can also do a version of this from a front view, which means you'll need to walk backward with the gimbal. This is a great way to showcase the architecture in the background. If your subject needs a rest from all that walking, you can just invert the gimbal and push past her. By shooting 60 frames a second, you can get a shot like this. If you're looking for a way to showcase a staircase, try extending the built-in selfie stick and angling the handle. Then hold the gimbal up high and walk back while your subject walks down the stairs. Then you'll get a shot that slowly reveals the stairs as she descends. Now here's a little trick for moody visuals. Try locking your exposure by pressing and holding on the screen, then dragging down to darken the image. Then slowly lower the gimbal while your subject looks at the sky. I used the angled handle here to get a better view of my shot. You can go straight down, or you can slowly drift a bit to the side. Here's a great shot to do in pan follow mode. Run around your subject as she turns her head toward you. You're going to want to start further away and then end up closer to her face. This one will look just as good in horizontal mode. And you can also use the iPhone's cinematic mode to create some nice bokeh behind your subject as you move closer. If you happen to be walking to the subway, try walking next to your subject as a train is passing. This creates an extra layer of motion in the background. Now switch into cinematic mode on your iPhone and slowly drift the gimbal horizontally while a train arrives. Tell your subject to keep watching that train and you'll get a shot like this. And once you're on the subway, you can keep getting cinematic mode shots. Try having your subject look out the window while you do some gimbal moves like these. For this next shot, you're going to need a nice sturdy tree. Climb up a few branches and then extend your gimbal on a selfie stick with the smartphone camera looking straight down at the ground. Move through some leaves and you'll get an overhead shot like this. You can simulate a low-flying drone by putting your Insta360 Flow on a selfie stick and following behind your subject as they walk. You won't really be able to see your screen, so just try to point the phone in the direction that she's walking. You can do a drone flyaway move just by walking back past your subject. This is a great ending shot for a video. Or you can start high and then walk forward, lowering the gimbal while you circle around your subject. This is a great beginning shot for a video. Now let's use the Insta360 Flow's AI auto track feature. If you're tired of holding the gimbal, you can just put it on a mini tripod, open the Insta360 app, select the subject by dragging on the screen, and then the gimbal will automatically pan and tilt to follow them. This will also work if you're holding the gimbal. And you can even walk with the gimbal while it tracks with AI. And you can hyperlapse an object like a building or a statue by choosing the TimeShift mode, selecting the subject in the app, and then shooting just like normal. The Insta360 Flow will keep tracking while shooting your hyperlapse. Alright, those are my ideas for using the Insta360 Flow smartphone gimbal. Hope you found a lot of inspiration here. I'll see you in the next video.